tech enthusiasts. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Fuss Made Easy with me, your girl, Tanisha Halstead. Before we kick things off, and I like to come in hot, but we're not going to do that. We want to make sure that you can hear me, see me in all the places. So just give me 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we are officially live in all the places. And so let's do a little quick rewind, get everybody warmed up and set up into the space as we get into today's topic. So I know that we're all busy business owners, but it may have felt intimidating for you to have all the tech tools, automate all the systems out there. And if that was you, this video is for you. So we're actually going to be walking through some simple, more I want to say stress-free ways to overcome that fear and start using automation to make your life easier. And so I want you to stick around. You'll be surprised how much you can actually do without having that fear and just releasing some of that overwhelm. And I'd like to welcome you back to our channel. So my name is Tanisha Halstead. This is the Tech Fuss Made Easy. And I am super passionate about helping founders, whether you're small or mid-sized business owners, to create really these exceptional customer experiences by focusing on streamlining your processes, implementing also some tailored marketing tech solutions. The idea of this is that it will reduce your overwhelm. You'll be able to build that brand loyalty, and you'll empower you and your team to be able to lead with confidence. We use tools like Google Workspace, ClickUp, CRMs like Zoho One and Honeybook, and provide tailored virtual assistant support. But today, we're actually going to be focusing on a topic that holds a lot of people back, and it's the fear of technology. Okay, don't worry, don't cringe. I don't want you to go running somewhere now. We are doing this together. As I like to say, this is a safe space for us to learn and grow together. And so we'll get into about 3 or so topics today, and being able to kind of level set or set the tone for releasing some of that overwhelm or that fear when it comes to technology. So topic number one is I want you to start with just one simple task. I think the idea is that whenever we're implementing technology or wanting all the things to be automated, that we feel we need to turn everything on at once. And I challenge you today to release some of that overwhelm when the trick is really starting small. I want you to pick one task you do over and over, research maybe a way that it can be automated, or maybe there's an AI tool now that can assist in cutting that time down. Like, for instance, think of sending follow-up emails, and maybe that's where you start with automating. So, for example, we use tools like ConvertKit, and I'm gonna actually hop over to my other screen here. So we use tools like ConvertKit to be able to automate welcome sequences for emails or for new client. Welcome sequences for new clients. And the beauty here is that you're only focused on one process, so there's no overload. So as I share my screen here on ConvertKit, you can see that they have different blogs that they share, but one in particular I wanted to highlight was this, where they talked about the idea of what an email sequence is. We're not going to get into drip campaigns today. Our focus is really, again, starting simple with one thing and creating less overwhelm with that to be able to move into something else. So if you see here on this diagram for email sequence, consider that you have an online product, or someone goes to your site, maybe you have an e-commerce site or something, they download something. There's a sequence of things that happens after. There's a sequence of touch points that actually should be happening which sometimes we don't necessarily have. And I don't want you to feel overwhelmed by that either. The idea of it is for us to open up ideas of how we can grow and expand our businesses. And so once these emails are created into ConvertKit like templates and put into a sequence, they are triggered by different things that you can segment within your ConvertKit account. So they talk about different sequences here that are helpful for different business owners. And then I wanted to get into here. So that as you get into ConvertKit 2, there are, I guess, two different ways I would say that you could send email. So you can have your sequences that are created. There are these 3 to 5, maybe even 7 or 10 emails that you have that are touch points for your clients to take them through the journey of, they've gotten aware of your business. Let them know the different things that you have. They might have downloaded or opted into something. Now, what does that look like? And so for instance, they show here, it might be welcome to my newsletter. Then you say something like, check out these popular blog posts, or here's an exclusive coupon code for you for a future or upcoming thing that you have. And so those are just some examples of sending a sequence in ConvertKit, but you can also do one-off emails. And I wanted to show this too, because sometimes, an event might have popped up. Maybe you're going to be speaking now, or maybe you have a vending event and you want to share that. You can also create what they call broadcasts. And so broadcasts are more like one-off emails that it's not necessarily a sequence. It's maybe just almost like a company alert. Think of something like that, it's hot off the press. Something is happening that you want to share with your audience. So that's another tool that you're able to use in ConvertKit as you are thinking through maybe something, that simple task for you is eliminating some of that overwhelm with sending out follow-up emails, and you want to automate some of that. So using ConvertKit with their email automation can actually help you set up some simple welcome email sequences, and also allow you to send those one-off broadcasts to share kind of like the company highlights or what's happening inside of your business. So let me know in the chat if you think you need to change everything overnight. And if that is you, I don't want you to feel ashamed, or like, I want you to actually, own it and say, in this moment, I am open to the shift, in that small wins are actually what builds confidence. I want you to start to feel that sense of control over your systems instead of feeling like they can control you, actually. And so we're going to hop into point number 2. So point number 2 is use tools that feel natural to you. I know that sounds so simple, but really, I love to say that the best tool is a tool that you'll actually use. And so not every tool will work for everyone, and that's okay. You want to choose platforms that are intuitive, more so for you. What is like your natural learning process? We come across people that some are visual learners, then some might be more of the hands-on learners. So you got to think of things like that. So when I think of using tools that naturally fit to you, it makes me think of a tool we use for project management which is called ClickUp. And I'll share a little bit about that. So with ClickUp, what I wanted to highlight here is how with ClickUp, it allows you to streamline workflows with your board view. And so when we think of the idea of using tools that feel natural to you, on a day-to-day, we are managing projects, we're managing possibly a team, and everyone interprets things differently. So what I love about ClickUp is that it allows you to streamline and have views that match each person's learning personality. So I am a little bit of both. I do love a list view, but there are times when I love to see everything in like a board view. So it allows you to visualize work and maximize efficiency, because you're not actually trying to force yourself to view something in one way. And then you're able to manage work in um, this one particular space, but with many views. So when I scroll down, you can see that um, you're easily able to update workflows. You could collaborate on tasks. Most importantly, though, once you get inside of ClickUp, so they have different views. So you can look at things. If you look here at the top, it says lists, which would be, like a numerical list. Or there's a board where, for those that have used Trello, it is more of like that card design where you can group them by certain statuses or maybe particular fields that you create. They can be color coded. If you like to move the cards from, one status to the next, you're able to do that. And so it just also allows for this real time collaboration on tasks. But if you prefer lists, then you can customize too. It's all about making the tool fit for you. And that's most importantly because having it in a view that will allow for you to feel comfortable and empowered allows for delegation and completion of tasks. So just because a tool has a million features, I want you to own it today and actually take a second to think that I don't need to activate all of them at once. What I want you to consider is use them as you need them. So start with what feels right for you in your workflow or in your process, and don't stress about mastering every single feature at first. I want you to keep in mind what we said in point one in keeping things, simple with just starting with one task, and then also do what feels natural to you. Point number 3 we're going to talk about is play and explore without pressure. Now, this one, I kind of laugh because I'm like when I get in there, I want to go all in, but that's a part of, my shiny tech syndrome or wanting to learn so much to be able to provide value to my clients. But most tools have free versions or trials. And they have these things. Some of them have things what they call like sandboxes where you can play and explore or consider it like it's a sandbox. Even if they don't, if you're just in a free trial or a free version, consider it like a sandbox. And this allows you to feel no commitment, no pressure. And I know that the commitment sometimes is what holds us back from actually trying a tool because we feel pressured to kind of dive in there and do all the things at once because we're paying for it. And when we're paying for it, we want to make sure we get the bang for our buck. But in fact, when I actually tried out Zoho CRM, they offer, a free trial. And I just was able to explore how the interface could actually work before setting up things officially. Now, that doesn't always happen with all the tools. But again, if there's a tool with a free trial, I want you to think about what we said in point 2, which was use what feels natural to you. You want to think about customizing maybe that one thing that's most important at that moment and not turning all the features on. And so I want to hop over to my other screen just to share. So with Zoho, they're a CRM tool that allows you to ideally convert more bill lasting relationships and grow your business resiliently. Now, what I love about it is that they offer you a 15-day trial, and this allows you to get in there, like I said, and feel like a sandbox where you're playing. You are able to not have commitment and pressure, but then set up maybe small features inside of there to see if it is going to give you the result that you're looking for within your organization. So this approach gave me time to figure out and not actually feel rushed to be paying for something when I'm not actually using it. Now, I'm not perfect with it because we have tools too that we have to, especially around this time of the year and also for the beginning part of the year, we have to go through and do what I like to call a tech stack audit and just revisit the tools that we're using, making sure that they are still working for us, or if we need to switch to something else. So another feature that I love about Zoho CRM is that they also have a trial hub. And so this is where you can set up and walk through the interface. And remember that no one is expecting you to be a tech wizard overnight. I love that they have support. You can get overview and navigation with integrations. You can also get a lot of knowledge base from their hub about CRM implementation, and just being able to get in touch or even scheduling a demo. And so when we think about playing and exploring without pressure, those are kind of key things to look for with tools. That, and remember that, again, no one is expecting you to be a tech wizard overnight. It's okay to feel confused, but I do encourage you to take the time to explore and get comfortable. The more you use a tool, the less intimidating it starts to feel. And so when it comes to overcoming the fear of technology, I want to recap just a little bit that the first point is that you want to start small. Start with just one task. You don't need to automate everything at once. Maybe that first task is automating your, creating some automation with your email marketing. Number two is you want to choose intuitive tools, like choose tools that feel natural to you. Maybe you need something that has, a less of a learning curve, or maybe you need something where you're just, maybe has like different views inside of it because you're working with a team. So think of something that feels natural to you and not just choosing it because of someone said you should choose it. And point number three is give yourself time to play. So this is where I like to have us think of it as like a sandbox where we're able to play, we're able to explore, and we can have a little less like of that commitment phobia or no pressure. And it allows us to actually walk through the trial setup and walk through the interface to see if it's actually beneficial for our businesses. And so I hope this was helpful today. And trust me, you've got this. I think, as I said earlier, no one's expecting you to be a tech wizard overnight. The idea is to release yourself and start small. If you definitely found this helpful, I want you to feel free to drop a comment about what tech tool you're most excited to try. And don't forget, if this video was also helpful to you, please go ahead and hit that like button so that others who may be needing this resource can see the content as well. As always, I want you to stay tech savvy. I want you to continue to explore how we can use technology to be able to leverage and scale our business operations and just really save time. And as always, I'm cheering you on. Love y'all.